ICED37, and today I will be presenting Rainworld 100% as Survivor. Now, I'm going to explain a few things, so I'm going to leave it on this little rain section for a bit so we have some ambiance. This is a game that I've been running for quite a while now, and it's a game that I've liked quite a lot in terms of routing and how it works. I'll explain things as it happens, but I'm not going to be able to explain everything, so I will be looking at chat if there is questions, and I'll try to answer as I can. Effectively, a few things that I'd like to say about this run. One, currently the world record's at 220, around there. I forget the exact numbers, but me and one of my friends have recently bet that if I get record during this marathon, that he will donate $50. But if I don't get record, I will donate $50 to the marathon charity, that being Save the Children. And so I thought that would make this very sporadic game a little bit more interesting. Alright. Let's go back to the main menu here. Alright now, so one of the things I also am going to state is that this is a bit of payback from a previous marathon, that being the Rainworld anniversary, where I actually got a 209, but the run was invalid due to a mistake I made. So that's kind of the point of the whole bet there. Additionally, the whole point of why that run was so good, because of a reroute. This reroute bets a lot on the line. As my friend put it, I'm basically betting on black. I'm betting everything for this one achievement that I'll talk about as it happens. Alright, I'll explain everything else as we go. Timer starts when this circle completely fills up. Alright. And go. Alright, start with a bit of a blind movement. I messed it up a little bit there. We're actually controlled just for a bit during that fall. You can actually start a roll, but I messed that up. So we are a slug cat. This little omnivorous creature that lives in a world that's very indifferent to it. I am messing things up here. Forgive me for a second. Alright. Effectively, this game is a survival platformer. I would say it is far more survival than it is platformer, as we'll see as it goes on. If anything really hits us, grabs us, bites us, we die instantly. I'm going to get this just for a little strat. And additionally, because this game's called Rainworld, there we go. Oh, I messed it up again. Unfortunate. Because this game's called Rainworld, every once in a while there'll be a great torrential rain, and anything that's outside of a shelter will die because of the very high velocity rain that comes down. So we have to eat a certain amount of food to be able to stay in said shelter, as to completely survive the cycle. So we've just eaten 4 food. We need 5 for what we want to do. We've gotten 6, so that's pretty good. And now we're at a shelter, so we're going to be... Stream apparently is frozen. We'll see how it goes. I'm just going to keep going. So we need to be in the shelter. Every time we're in a shelter, the game saves, and a new cycle starts. There'll be a certain amount of time before the next torrential downfall, so we have time to get enough food. But we don't care about that as speedrunners. We can just forcefully starve, which you can do if you don't have the full amount of food to normally starve. But that would put us in a starve state for the next cycle. Hopefully the stream's not frozen still. But if we quit out within 30 seconds when we starve, we get the full amount of karma. Okay, I have no idea how much of what I said actually got translated. But effectively, we got to a shelter with the proper amount of food. We're going to be in this shelter for a while. We're going to do a thing called karma caching, which allows us to live... Okay, you did hear all of it. Good. Our audio came across. Yeah, so basically we're starting the game to make it so we survive a bunch of cycles in a row. And this helps us because the first achievement in the game that we have to get before we can get any of the other achievements is to survive 5 cycles at maximum karma. And so we're actually... I'm going to quit out again here. So we're starting to get it right now. We've gotten 1. We're going to keep doing this until we get 4, and then we're going to move to the next area. And that's where the hard part is the beginning of this run. Which is kind of by design, but it may not be the best design. As we may find out. So this isn't exactly the most exciting part of the run, but it's necessary as to not make the rest of the run and the beginning of the run just being running around trying to eat everything. Starvation is necessary, so we starve, we force the game and glitch the game out to make us pretending that we're not starved so we can continue doing that, so it keeps thinking we're surviving cycles and it gives us achievement progress. We need to get all of the in-game achievements along with a few side quests to get 100%. And so the first achievement, that being we need to get... We need to be at maximum karma, that being this thing, which goes up every single time we survive a cycle. But if we're at maximum karma, we start getting the achievement survivor. And we need that achievement before we do anything, because we can't do anything else. Because nothing else tracks until we get it. Well, some things do, but let's not worry about that. Alright, so we are good. I might have only done it 3 times, but it doesn't matter. I'll be doing something specific. Alright, the cycle timer is not what I'm looking for. But let's not worry about that too much. Alright, so effectively in the world there'll be a bunch of rocks and sticks, and we can use that to defend ourselves from creatures like this. That being the green lizard that's below us, and the purple lizard that's to our left. We might see our best buddy, the instant death purple, just above us, aptly named. Hopefully he doesn't live up to that. I don't see him yet. He still could be there, though. I found him. Okay, we're good. Purples like to bite fast, and they more often than not will just instantly kill you without warning. So we need to eat a bit of food for a little bit later. And then we're just going to keep on moving left. This is a squid cicada in front of us. We'll be getting well acquainted with one soon enough. Well, looks like we're getting acquainted with him now, although he kind of messed up my jump there. We'll be using them to help out with movement. Vertical movement later in the game. For actually a decent amount of the game later in the game. Alright, so now I'm going to talk about the achievement that I am scared of for this run, that being an achievement called Chieftain. Effectively, there are these creatures called scavengers. They're monkey-like creatures. If you give them a certain amount of stuff... Give me a second here. I need to not die to this guy. If we give them a certain amount of stuff... Sorry if that was loud. They'll start liking us, and we want them to accept us as their chieftain, which takes quite a while, if you can imagine. We have to give them quite a lot of stuff. But additionally, they have scavenger tolls set up throughout the world. We're going to be going through this one coming up here in a second. We can see one of the scavengers in front of us. We're going through this one twice. I hear a lizard. We're going to wait a second, because stray spears. How's 100% design? All achievements. So there's 10 in-game passages / achievements. It's going to be getting all of those, and a few community-defined side quests. Okay. Hello, friends. like you to take my gifts, so you can like me. So normally you would give them what we call pearls to get by them. Is all the... No, we're not getting all the colored pearls. There's a passage called Scholar, which basically does the equivalent of what that is, so we don't care as much about it. So I believe we're actually good, but usually they wave us through, then we don't care as much. Is there another one in the sky real quick? We're just gonna go for it. So if we cross that toll and we haven't paid enough, they will forcibly stab us in the face, and that's not very good, as they're very scary, as it can be considered they have an aimbot, especially. So we always try to be a little tame around them. We want a spear for this upcoming part so I can eat popcorn. Yeah, it makes... Not getting all the colored pearls is not fun by any means, because it's just doing the same thing over and over again. So we just need to touch them, but we can't actually track the Scholar achievement until we, one, meet the 5 Pebbles character, and then also meet Moon. Alright, so... Hello! Alright, we're getting the achievement, this is good. So we got the Survivor achievement, that means the other achievements can now be tracked from this point on. Alright, no worries. So one of the other things about the side quests, and I'll talk about some of the others as it goes on, thank you for the good luck, is that there are 2 ways to naturally finish this game. Both of them involve increasing Slugcat's karma to higher maximums, and that would normally involve meeting either just 5 Pebbles and he'll just be like, bam, you have maximum karma now, or you can meet 4 Echoes in the world. We're about to go to where 1 is. We need to activate it and then go see it on the next cycle with full karma. We have to see it with full karma. Slugcat, what a great name. I know, it works great, doesn't it? And we got the rainbow because we got here fast enough, but now we have to jump off the edge because dying is faster. So rainbows can randomly spawn in a certain amount of locations, and only at the beginning of cycles, so it's rare to see something like that. Good luck, Raheel. Uh-oh, what does that mean? That could have taken a while rather than it still would have killed me eventually. I've been considering just quitting out, but I don't think the loading screens would be fast enough. You kind of want to fall on the tall grass. Yeah, I kind of messed it up. That doesn't matter. We're going to start getting the other achievements. So we've eaten our popcorn. So this is Chieftain we get for helping out the scavengers. We got an abysmal amount despite helping them kill a green lizard. I'm very disappointed, actually. So that's the achievement I'm worried about. And I'm betting on one action at the end of this run to make it all good. I'm purposely routing out a cycle that I used to do just to get that up as high as possible in the shortest amount of time. So we'll see what happens. Be fair, Scavea is fickle. That is the point, and that's why it's terrifying. Everything else in the 100% is fine, and it's like, oh, but there's scavengers, and they hate you despite you doing basically everything for them. Additionally, we have to pass the toll again. I'm not going to tell you how hard that might be, considering I'm going to have basically nothing to give them. Alright, so we meet our best friend, the Echo. Don't worry about it. So now our karma is gonna go up a bit. I'll talk about that later. There's gonna be 6 of them in the game. We need to beat all 6. So now it takes us back to the last shelter we saved in properly. And we're gonna continue. So we're gonna go back into outskirts. Outskirts. Well, there were 6 points hunter. No, it's not good enough. That's not enough points, and you know it is. Additionally, there's a harder difficulty that is the hunter character, which you can do score runs on. You have a limited amount of cycles, and you try to kill as many things as you can, and perform objectives. Alright, so we're going to try to get here as fast as we can. So, there's a bunch of random spears that spawn here. Okay. And then we hope that we pick up ones that they're not aggro heavy off of. I probably should have taken the ones that are farther away from the actual toll, but it's not that bad. That's when they give them good karma. When you die, you lose karma. I just lost karma there. It shouldn't matter. I only need 2 karma to go to this gate, and I currently have 7. And I'm gonna save again when I get on the other side. So this is one of the parts where it's a bit annoying, because if I just ran across, I would get negative rep with the scavengers, which we don't want. But I don't have anything to give them to immediately be able to cross. So I need to hope I can give them 4 of these spears, and that they don't already think that they own all of them. Okay. Unfortunate. Just a survival rating, I suppose so. In terms of gameplay, yes. In terms of what's actually happening in the game, I don't know about that. We got such good luck before, but we're not now. If I hear the threat theme again, I might just start stabbing them. They die instantly if we hit them in the head. They don't die instantly if we hit them in the body. I could obviously just kill them all, but we want them to like us at least a bit. There appears to be only 3 that are constantly spawning, which is nice. Of course. Unfortunate. It almost hit the other body. Oh, this is unfortunate. Usually we're out of here by now. I might be losing my bet terribly by this, but we have a decent amount of leeway when it comes to this. Because we had issues before as well. I can passage out if I want to. But I'm not, because I need it for later. Best cat slept in the mirror. Exactly. The struggles of crossing a toll, because these guys hate us drastically. He has pearls. If he comes into this other room, that would be perfect. Or deposits them in that shelter. So they don't want spears, because they already have so many, which is kind of funny. This guy might give us the distraction we need. Maybe not. Ghost pearls. Don't worry about it. Okay, we're getting out of there. It's only 1. He could spawn in front of us because that pipe he just took can make him come out of other pipes. Don't worry about the ghost pearls. Okay. So now we can continue with the run. This guy's in my way. Just try not to fall here. I threw two pearls back as to hopefully compensate for my killing them ruthlessly and crossing their toll. They are all aggroed directly on you, and you immediately lose rep, whether or not they see you crossing the toll illegally or not. We're gonna take this for no reason. Ghost Pearl's a glitch for mechanic. That's all. That happens for some reason because scavengers exist. Scavengers don't make sense sometimes. I really don't know how to explain it. Okay. I don't think anyone does, is the best part. So we need a squid cicada to go through these few next areas. Specifically, we need a white squid cicada, because the white one has a lot more stamina than the others. This one can often fly away from us, so we're going to purposely hit it on a rock so it gets stunned, and we're going to be moving on. So the reason why we take the squid cicada is it limits our horizontal movement a bit, but it will help quite a lot when it comes to vertical movement. And we're going to be doing a lot of vertical movement as the game progresses. Okay, I suppose sub 20 minutes is okay. So I just need to not die to instant death purple if he comes back through this pipe, which is possible. Okay, we're doing good. Lock in here. That guy should go through that pipe. Good. Alright, so now we're doing good. Now we're past the scary part. We're gonna have more scary part at the end of the run, but now it's just, we get to play the game. It's all me in the game. So that's good. We're gonna get random cutscenes and dreams from time to time. That just wastes our time. It's a bit annoying sometimes, but that's just how it goes. We're gonna see some achievements now. I'm probably gonna get... Well, Chieftain does not look good right now. We're also getting Wanderer. Wanderer is a big part of this the routing of this game, of the 100% at least. So we need to rest once in every single cycle after we get Survivor. So that means we actually need to go back to Farm Raise at some point, but we'll be going there from a different direction later. Alright, so now we're going to go to Industrial, and then we're going to be getting probably the most important save in this run. That being one that we're going to passage to in multiple times. So there's something very special about the in-game achievements. There's 10 of them outside of the other achievements. But there's 10 in-game achievements that will receive regression through the karma wheel by the spokes. And when you get them, you can use a passage. And this passage will show us a quick screen, and then it will allow us to teleport to any shelter we've already been to, which is very useful. And so we'll be going to the one just above me multiple times in this run. Stick our face in this pipe here so the squid cicada doesn't get away. He always will try to go to this one compared to the other two. OP? What do you mean by that? I would have liked that batfly, but it doesn't matter. Alright, so this shelter is one we care about. Get another save. We're going to want a lot of food because I only just barely scraped by this cycle. So the next cycle is one that's fairly common in basically all of the runs. See if Chieftain actually is still there. No, Chieftain's not even there. That is not a good sign. But we're gonna deal with it. We have a little chance to redeem it in Shaded before my final thing. But I'm not holding my breath. I could take the Pearl and Industrial and put it in my stomach. Actually, no, I can't do that. I could hold on to it, though. That might not be a bad idea. So there's 2 pearls below us. To get Scholar, we need to touch 3 colored pearls. There's one of them that's colored down there. We're not going to care about that for now, because we can't actually track it yet until we have gotten the Mark and met Moon. We'll talk about what both of those are later. So now there's Blue Lizard, there's the Green Lizard. As you may be able to tell, they all have different attributes. I'm looking for a White Lizard right now. White Lizards are camouflage lizards. There can be 2 in this area. Oh, there is 2 in this area. Shaded maybe Sky? I'm not worried about Sky, to be honest, because you'll reset fairly early. So Blue Lizards and White Lizards can walk on the background terrain. Purple Lizards can walk on poles, especially. So by background terrain, I mean if it looks like there's physically something behind, like in the background, it means you can go up there. We want a bat fly if we can, but we can't really get one. Alright, so something I didn't really talk about is we're going through gates right now. Gates are basically loading zones between regions, as everything's basically loaded in at one time. Except one thing about it is I can't go through these gates if my karma isn't high enough. Because we basically start the game at our maximum karma, and then we raise the maximum karma immediately. Unless we die many, many times, we're really not going to have any problems. Actually, I don't think there really is any chance to have any problems. So we have some friends, and they probably despise us right now. These guys don't have spears, so I'm not going to worry too much about them. Don't do it. I know you're thinking about it. Oh, look, problems, yes. The nickname for scavengers. I can't see the right side of the screen. That's okay, that's good enough. He has a spear now. He just killed that overseer. I could try to get that eye and give it to him, but I'm not going to try. There's a blue lizard in front of me. I know you can do it. You can fall. So the squid cicada actually can't be grabbed out of my hands. By this lizard, at least. So I'm not... This is bad. We want that guy to move. We're a bit surrounded. As we're going through pipes, we're actually cannot be grabbed. This is bad. That's unfortunate. Oh, I missed the jump. If that guy didn't camp that, that would have been better. Well, that is really bad for beating record, at least. But we're a fine estimate. Ding. Man. You can't do much about that. Mostly because the white lizards like to camp in area. Despite the fact that they see you, they will often just turn around and then completely ignore you and then wait for you to come in their line of sight again, except often they will not look at the pipe you're going to come out of, so it's more of just them proxying you so other creatures can be in the way. I tried to force the situation, which I probably didn't need to, because of the purple, probably would have fell off. That was interesting. It's not the worst death that we could have in Chimney, but it's certainly not good. I'll have to be playing really good as we go. I'm not scared of this blue lizard, even if he goes in behind me. Could be a white. No white lizards in industrial. I heard something above me. Maybe not. We still need food. Alright, we're doing good. Are all the Karma Sissel past 5 different? Do they have different icons? If you get different echoes instead of 5? Yes. So every single echo you get, you are crossing yourself out. So you're getting an X. So you want 4 echoes. So every echo you get like a part of the X. So you basically get a line each time. And then when you lose, go down a karma while you have increased karma, it'll show a circle instead of a line. Also, goodbye, Hoku. Feels bad messing this up, but it's not that bad, really. We could still be in outskirts. This guy's annoying. He went that way, though. Bit annoying to actually try to grab them here. He might fall down. Because only right where your hands are, basically the space between the squid cicada and you, can you actually grab a bat fly. As you're not actually supposed to be holding anything else but the squid cicada, because it actually takes 2 hands. But you can magically grab bat flies if you run into them. It's helpful for eating them. This guy's camping us again, which is not terribly common. I am messing that up today. I grabbed everything wrong. Ooh, I need to calm down a bit. Missed 2 jumps. I had perfect time. Still not the worst death, but it's not what you want to see. I probably should have just went 3, 2 now. That was my fault. I should have waited longer. I just saw the flash. Ah, man. We just need to get by there one time. There's something that I like to theorize that exists as well, is that it takes a bit longer for the creatures that actually bite you the more times you die. So in a way, it's a bit of a... It gets easier if you die more, and it gets harder if you don't die for extended periods of time. Alright. So, something else that I'm going to talk about is... So we actually want to kill one of every color of lizard that exists in this game. At some point. And so we're going to be hunting those as it becomes available. We can't obviously do that while we have Lycosonger this time, cycle this time. I mean, it doesn't really matter that much because we make it to everywhere we want to be very much within the time that we have. Okay, he fell down. This guy's annoying. Outside of the shaded cycle, which can potentially cut us off. But we're not going to go to the shaded for a little while. How much karma do we have? Still have 4. That's good. That karma flower actually helped out. 30 minutes. Missed the boost out of the pipe. Oh, I missed bat fly. That's good, though. You don't want to stand completely still while we're eating it, or else we drop them. There is a scavenger to my right. We want to get out of here as fast as we can. This guy, I don't know what he's doing. This is not very common. Oh my goodness, he does not want the run to happen. Let's just put it that way. If he goes through this pipe, we can just go by. But he's not going to go through this pipe. I can already tell. Come on. Now the purple's onto us. Oh, we got there. I think the blue went through at the same time too. So we're not fully out of it. We need to get to the top of chimney here and then take a save at the top left. There's a white lizard in front of me. That's not the best of spots. He went through the other pipe. Alright, let's see what we got here. Someone raided. Hello. This transition's a bit scary. It's fine though. I believe there is at least 2 more white lizards that can be in our way. They're the main threat, although we may run into someone else that we haven't seen yet this run. That would be our new main threat for chimney. As long as we get this save, it's basically going to be a bit more smooth coasting. Thank you for the good luck. So far it hasn't gone very well, and I've lost my bet. From what it looks like, at least. It's possible we could run it back. Not very likely, though. So we want to go up here. There's an echo up here. We're going to go stay in the shelter. Oh, hello there. That's a friend. Is it really a marathon run if the RNG is good, though? I mean, it happened on one of my other marathon runs where the RNG was the best, one of the better I've seen. I'm not going to say the best. I need food, actually. That's unfortunate. I forgot I didn't eat the ones lower down. I need 2 more. Come on. There we go. That was actually pretty lucky. Gotta admit. That's more from me not planning that well. Let's get in there without falling off. So we're getting enough food so we can actually save up here. And this is going to be one of our other hub locations that we're going to go to a few times as well. So anywhere that's open to sky, we're going to see one of those vulture the potential for one of those vulture creatures to spawn. Maybe I should have got another food. Because we can't karma cache without being able to starve there. Let's see how it goes. Just don't die twice and I'll be fine. We got a bit of chieftain for some reason. That's kind of good to see and good to know that we're not heavily in the negatives in terms of reputation. I'm not sure why they suddenly decided to like us. But I'm not going to worry too much about it. It's kind of something that happens. Okay, I messed up a bit because I thought there would be an echo here. And so I let go of the squid cicada. And he might die now, which would be really unfortunate. So we're going to wait a little bit. So I need to get my karma up one more time before I can actually get the echo that's to my right. which means I have to hit this other echo that's always active, which I was going to do in the next cycle. Doesn't matter in terms of time, but I almost killed this cycle from the way that worked. Because we do not want to lose the Squid Cicada, even though it wouldn't matter too much. If you can imagine, the Vulture moves a good amount faster than us. He's good that he's in this room, because that means he won't be in the next room. Which, this next room here is quite long. And there's 3 Vultures, so there's still good potential for anything. We still got a threat theme, but it's probably just lingering. Oh, I'm messing this up today. There we go. There's a few ways to go fast horizontally with the Squid Cicada. It's hard to get the, what is technically a bunny hop in. Ooh, that's unfortunate. So the Squid Cicada actually has priority going in pipes over us. Can't tell you exactly why, but that's just how it goes. So sometimes they'll carry us in the pipe above, which is why I crap. Alright, so now we're going to the wall. So this isn't a happy place either for what's been happening. So if you can imagine, the great antagonists of this run is 1, scavengers, and 2, white lizards. And this area has 4 white lizards. And comparative to a different route, that being the Pebbles route, where we just try to go to Pebbles then finish the game, we would normally get here when the cycle's about to end. But because we're so high up in the clouds, the rain doesn't affect us, but all the lizards still get scared and it's fine. But we have to go straight through it. However, the cycle was actually kind of short, and considering my decent little roadblock we just had, it might be best that I wait a little bit. So now there's really 6 threats in this area. There's the drop wig that I'm probably about to see here in just a second. There he is on the ceiling. Guess I'm not going the fast way. Can't really see him, but don't worry about it. He's there, and he's ready to jump on us and kill us if we walk under, but we're going to go this way. Additionally, there's the blue lizard, which can be literally anywhere, but it's generally not a threat. And then the white lizards. Which are generally the threat for this area. So we need to eat a good amount of food here. That was interesting. That's why it lagged, because he went through the load screen. Hopefully he follows us, that's good. We can go through pipes the same time as enemies, and that doesn't affect us. We just need to get lucky with these bat flies. I could probably... Oh, I messed that up. Usually I want to stand down here. They get scared that I'm close to them horizontally, and then drop down into the mushrooms there. And then I could still grab them. Okay, some moved on to other locations. Unfortunate. This might be better for us in terms of this cycle timer. Generally, I've eaten extra food to actually be fine for this cycle, but that was something I did not get lucky with earlier. So we're not going to worry about it too much. I believe we're at half cycle. From this point on, white lizards can technically be wherever, but it's unlikely that they'll be... It's not a good sound. Hello there. So there are also orange lizards here, but normally we don't see them. I don't know why this is happening, to be honest. You have a problem, friend. I'm gonna go the other way. You guys can do that. So they are dying when they fall off. So the thing about orange lizards is that when one sees you, they all see you. So Yeah, that's why they all try to jump off and try to get me there. Okay, this is why we have the squid cicada. We can climb these areas faster. It helps with evasion with other stuff, but I'm thinking, ooh, that's a white lizard I didn't see. That is a rare spawn. That is the same spawn that messed me up a long time ago in a different marathon. I was hoping to not see. Normally, white lizards do not like to show up in this room. And I believe they're programmed to not like to be in this room. But sometimes they fall down this far for whatever reason, and then they just stay down here. And they have issues going back up to where they actually spawn, and they kind of just block your way. So that's why I went the long way around. We would have gone the short way up, but unfortunate RNG there. The spawns are always the same. What the creatures do, completely random. And that's something that doesn't happen very often. The cycle's really close to done. We got not good locations. I'm not gonna risk it, actually. I could just go past that guy. I've gone this room many, many times with many, many lizards being in that room. Normally with 3. But if we wait till 2 dots, everyone will get scared. We have no risk from the rain, but everything else doesn't know that. So, for the sake of making sure the run stays a bit more on time, I'm just gonna wait here. So how's everyone doing? I think we might actually be good here. Nope. One more. I forget how much time an actual dot is. Okay, I'm pretty sure they're scared now. Yep. So now they're going to run back to where they spawn. The one behind us is also going to run back up here. We do not want to be in a 1x1 pipe while it's running what is effectively going to be through us. Also, I'm dropping some frames, and that's unfortunate. That's on my end, too. But we do not want to be in a 1x1 pipe when a lizard runs by. So I'm going to take my time with this. These are pole plants. If you grab onto them, they kill you. So we're not going to worry about that too much. So that one lived in that pipe. So that means this one lives up there, and then the other one also lives up there. That's not terribly amazing, because that means we have to go through here with the white lizard behind us, which it might have gotten stuck, but no bets. Alright, we're actually fine. Perfect. Well, this run's been a bit more excitable than I thought, but we're doing fine enough. I think it's 30 seconds. I think it might be 30 seconds to build another dot. I know when it's full, a full cycle is 15, and that might be 30 dots. You might be right. We get another dream. We're going to start getting Wanderer and a few other stuff, as I imagine. And now we're going to be starting to get... Actually, we don't need to get it now, but... Hunter went up. I'm not sure when it went down, because I heard something go down. Might have been Chieftain, that wouldn't be surprising, even though we didn't do anything. So we're going to be going up, and we're going to hit an Echo. The Echo is always there, regardless of what our maximum karma is, or if we activated it, so it's pretty good. 2 white lizards are going to spawn in front of us. 1 or 2, it's kind of weird. Sometimes the spawns move. And they do not like to be in this room for whatever reason. They'll be fine with trying to attack us near the entrance, but they are terrified anywhere else. I'm not exactly sure how to explain it, but you can kind of give values to a room of, does this creature want to be here or not? And it basically scares the creature out of its own spawn room, which is a bit annoying for multiple reasons, because it means that they have to run back, potentially through you, to get to their shelter. But it also means that when we enter here, they're just scared and won't attempt to bite you unless you run directly into them. Alright, we're going to be hitting this Echo. Hello. Confetti man, give me your confetti. Now we have 2 lines. We're going to keep on going. So now this cycle, I don't really care about the squid cicada anymore. And we're probably not going to see it anymore beyond this cycle. And I'm going to try to get a white lizard kill. We're going to have to kill one of each lizard in the game. It would have been good if I killed a purple earlier, but we'll worry about that as it happens. But this is where a white lizard kill would work out quite well. Although we can also get that a little bit later, too. I don't hear one, which is surprising. I hear him now. No, I don't. Might have went through him. We want this kill now. It's better now instead of later. We might have went through him, or the spawn was moved down here. Well, you'll do for substitute. Hello, friend. A lot of spears here. Worked out. A little bit more out of the way than I wanted it to be. But what are you gonna do? It's better if we do that then instead of later. It's a bit more isolated and simple there. We want this actually. We'll need a spear for a special trick we're going to do real quick. It's technically a sequence break, although I'm sure the developers wouldn't mind that we do it normally. Yes, it also does give special dialogue from our friend we're going to meet in just a bit. So we've got our best friend, 5 Pebbles, up here. And 5 Pebbles is very special because he is a computer. He's in fact the giant structure we're standing on right now. And he's called an iterator. He's to iterate how to solve the world's problem. Let's put it that way. Left to sit and do everything. So, he can give us... Let's do the trick real quick. I stuck the spear at the right spot, but I didn't grab it. That's just fine. And now we're good. That's a bit harder than you think it would be, but after a lot of practice, you can get that fairly consistent. But now we're going to be moving horizontally quite a lot, and then we're going to be going into the 5 Pebbles area. Being 5 Pebbles has its own region, and then we're going to see him himself. Oh, messed that up a little bit. Oh, messing that up. So if you, during a slide, throw something behind you, you keep a lot of speed from the slide. Additionally, we try to chain rolls. You could chain rolls. Effectively, the rule of thumb for chaining rolls, let's try to do it in the next area, is to jump and then land a square below where you jumped. That is effectively what you'd want to do in that room. That works pretty well. I kind of messed up the ending a bit, but that's fine. Alright, so there's going to be popcorn in front of us. I want to eat all of the popcorn to fill me up to not the last pit. So that we can eat something else real quick. I was going to say, I almost thought I didn't see a spear for a second. So the reason why we're not going to eat the last one, how are we doing on Chieftain Redemption? Well, a little bit came back for no reason, and then it went away for no reason, which is about what I expected. But also, we're at 5 Pebbles now. We're going to eat all but one. So we're going to go to 5 Pebbles, meet him. He's going to give us a little speech. And then we are going to eat one of his neurons. It's going to take a little bit to actually get past him to go in the other area. But that will just happen as it happens. So something about 5 Pebbles area is that it's a little different when it comes to gravity, as you may imagine. I'm not exactly sure why you'd want different differentiating gravity, well, 0G in a supercomputer, but I suppose it works. Let me just not mess this up real quick. If I go into the broken pipe, it will push me out. So we really don't want to be pressing down when we're next to it. Come on. Come on. Give it to me. Yeah. There we go. I messed the strat up. We want to grab... Oh. Want to grab this pipe. Please. Well, that's where we're just going now. Alright. Normally I try to jump off the pipe and then we can basically just stay straight the whole way, but this also happens too. We try to put our tail into the wall so we don't accidentally grab the pipes instead. We can also jump off to get a bit of speed. And now we get 5 pebbles. Hello, demonic. Poor slug cat needs gravity. It will work out. So something, if you've played this game before, and if you haven't, none of this is going to make sense, but will work out. If you've played this game before, you may notice that we're not supposed to have Pebbles give us the mark immediately. He actually tries to talk to us without the mark for a bit. And that's because our Hunter's run, which canonically is before the Survivor run, has met Pebbles in that run. And because of that, for whatever reason, the developers made it so that he's just like, I know how to deal with slug cats, which is give him the mark immediately, instead of trying to talk to us forever. So that saves us a bit of time. That's the only thing that we say that we can set up a run to speed it up before a run starts. But because you can either have it or you don't, we'd rather just said you have it. There's a faction of scavengers with rarely random AI. Yes, it's very... I will deal with them when I go into Shaded, and I will deal with them at the end of the run. And that's the beginning of the end of it. We will see them randomly throughout, and there's potential I could give them stuff to make them like me, but that's how it goes. Also, he's been talking to us the whole time, but that doesn't matter too much. Basically telling us he just gave us the mark so we can talk to iterators, that being him and another one. And he also has maximized our karma, so now our maximum is an X. So we're going to jump up here, we're going to slide over here. Actually, he's not pulling us. Normally he's trying... Ooh, he's trying to push us into the right pipe. We want to go into the left pipe. We can only re-enter his room one other time before he kills us. So we need to get into this area fast, and then leave again fast as well. So what we want to do is to get 2 neurons. There are these things that are flying around. We eat one, and then we become gloriously incandescent. And the other one, we can actually put in our stomach pocket, for whatever reason. So that allows us to give that to our NPC friend, Looks the Moon. That we'll see later. That's one of the side quests that we decided as community to include. Oh, this is unfortunate. Trajectory. But, traditionally you come from the other direction to get into this area. So the music and the ambiance doesn't really nearly hit as hard as it may during this run, or just coming from the other direction. But that's just how it goes in speedruns, I suppose. Alright, moving to 5 Pebbles room. He's gonna say, "Why are you here?" We're gonna slam directly into him accidentally. He's gonna help us out and pull us over here. That's perfect. We're gonna use the D-pad and actually do this right. We're gonna grab stuff. If you throw stuff in midair, it actually gives you a burst of speed in that direction, which is always useful, and will be very useful later as well. That's something that you'd use semi-normally. It's both useful and not useful, because sometimes you actually want stuff in your hands. Don't want to jump there, so we can actually do that. That worked out well. Alright, so now we want to passage back to Industrial. And then we're going to be going to Shaded. So one of the things that I must not forget, although it really doesn't matter when we do it, is that I need to get the chimney echo, which we didn't do earlier. So remind me about that near the end of the run. Okay, just making sure I had it in my stomach. And now I'm going to passage, and then we're going to move on to back to Industrial. So the thing about saves in this game is that it saves the map progress. So despite the fact that we haven't been to all the shelters, it will have all the shelters I've ever seen in any of my previous runs. Alright, we have no chieftain again, so our scavenger rep is still trash. So now we're gonna get the equivalent of a cutscene, I suppose. Alright, so now we want to go back to Industrial. So we don't want that one. That would be bad if we went back to that one. We want to go to this one, because this is one we actually rested in. Although it's potential that we activated that one just by being near it. That's not something I'm gonna argue for to validate our run or not. So I'm gonna do something that I just thought of earlier, and that's because my scavenger rep is so atrocious, and that I am going to meet scavengers in Shaded, period. I'm going to be taking this pearl that I'm going to see over here, and we're going to see if we can give it to someone. If we can, great. If we can't, whatever. Not a huge time loss to just get this pearl here. Additionally, we don't really need our other hand, although it might be useful for killing a purple later on, as we may get the chance to do so. Just being safe with that. Don't want to fall down. We can kill a green now if I'm insane, but I am not insane, and I've set up an easy way to kill a green much later. Actually, let's get the fruits later. We don't need to eat these. There could still be white lizards all through here. So there's potential there could be scavengers directly in front of us. That would also be great. Ow. Come on. Okay, I just want to not die here. Worked out well enough. Probably shouldn't have wasted the spear, but... oh, I missed that grab. That'd be fine. Nope, that was a spear for a second. Alright, so now we're in Shaded. So Shaded, aptly named, is in the shadow of the big superstructure being 5 pebbles that we were just at, and is very dark. The good thing is we have even neuron and are enlightened. So that means we literally glow, and then we can see what's in the dark. There's gonna be spiders, just so you're aware. So the thing about the spiders in this area is that there's 2 kinds. There's the big ones that can just bite us, which are pretty tame, and then there's the small ones, which can combine into a big chain and then try to kill us. They're naturally scared of the light, but then get over the fact that they're scared of the light, and then will try to kill anything that glows. Or really anything. to be honest. But the good thing is, we're not the only thing that glows here. And in fact, we want to mess with the things that glow here. So this would be a great time for Hoku to come back, because she absolutely loves these creatures. And we have to murder them for the sake of speed, because it's the fastest to do it here. So we need to kill a lot of neutral enemies. That can be lizards. That can also be these lantern mice. Please drop down. No, let's not worry about that guy. Just keep going. So we need to kill about, like... It's somewhere between 7 and 13. I really haven't fully tested it out. Spoders. As to get the Outlaw passage. It's really easy to spear walls like that. Nice. So we don't want to accidentally lose a bunch of spears, because there's not a huge amount that are here. Dropwigs are always a scary enemy. Oh, we're not really going to deal with those. We already saw the only one that we're going to deal with. There's potential we could see another one, but not really. So we need a spear for this part. There's usually a spear that spawns right there, but there are no bets. I accidentally threw the pearl, no problem. There's also these flash fruit in the foreground. It kills all the spiders instantly, but also makes my eyes bleed, so we're not going to touch them, and it also doesn't matter. Because it's really, really bright. Well, I'm messing up all of the movement. Let's not worry about that. So there's going to be a lot of mice in this next room. If we don't get Outlaw in this one cycle, that's not too bad, because we have the next cycle to do it. And I'm just bad at this game, so don't worry about it. We're going to move on. That was good. So we gave that scavenger pearl. That's going to be a big deal. So that's going to redeem our reputation quite a lot. The bad thing is, the spiders almost killed us. Oh goodness, that's never happened actually. Normally they don't get that big. They got so big because of the scavengers went by and they got scared. Please back off. So we gave that other guy a pearl, so he's tamed to us, but because that guy didn't see us, he's not tamed to us. There is a big spider there. That guy can just kill us, but we have a spear. Hello there. Spooder army, yes. I think this is dead end. No, the next one's a dead end. Thank you for your contribution. Is he not dead? What's happening? Please fall down. Hello, friends. I'd like you to come down here so I can stab the wall instead of you. Thank you. Alright, so we need to activate an echo. This cycle, if we have the time, which we always have the time. Just sometimes there's giant torrential rain happening at the same time, and that might be scary. That lagged really weird right there, and I messed that jump. Alright, so we're going to be going down here. We're going to be activating the echo. And then we're going to be saving there. I don't believe I've eaten food, but we have our trusty bat flies here. What value? We need to wait for the visual cue. Moment starts, we're good. I don't know why it takes longer than other times. For a while we thought we had to stay for the whole thing, but you just need to wait until it actually starts. Now, another bat fly, doesn't matter. Let's actually eat it. I want to be able to starve this cycle. So we can make this jump, but I'm going to spear it anyway. Because it's a little strange. You have to deal with the slope that is the under part of it. And don't get me started. No one understands how slopes work. And they will just suck you in and just stick you to ceilings. It's really strange when you start looking into it more and more. Alright, so, you might notice the machinery does not show up. That's because we went to a shelter that is in a different region and it was about to rain. That's the best way that I can explain that. Basically always happens that cycle. Also, we got a bit of chieftain. That's pretty good. It wasn't as much as I was hoping from that one pearl, but it's better than nothing. Alright, now we're going to get said echo, and then we're going to move on to shoreline just after. And then we're going to meet our friend, the scavenger merchant, for just a second. We're probably only going to be able to give him just a spear. Also, I don't believe I got outlaw. So I'm going to check that when we get the echo. Which means we'll have to kill more of our best buddies here. It doesn't matter if we kill them this cycle, because this cycle technically never happened. Please get out of my way. Alright, so he actually talks to us because we have the mark, but we're going to leave immediately. So he stops talking to us, because we only want his glorious confetti. We already got outlaw, that's good. Well, this isn't a game you terribly see everywhere. And a lot of people, when they play it, they expect a completely different game. They expect a Metroidvania, expect a nice platformer. This is a survival game. Don't get it wrong. This game will mess with you. At every point, it has the potential to mess with you. We're gonna kill you for good luck. I had no reason to kill that guy, to be honest. Best buddies. Hello. I have spear. Why do you still hate me? Good thing you didn't hit me with a spear, though. Give me a second. Critics blasted for difficulty. I mean, it is... If you're not expecting a survival game and you don't play it like a survival game, like, just try to live. And... Oh, why did I go down here again? Just try to live in this game. And don't go for any... You'll have objectives, and you'll figure them out as you go. But don't worry about it too much. You should try to enjoy it for the atmosphere. Enjoy it for what the game is, a survival game. And just exploring a lot. We're not seeing a good amount of this game, by the way. Despite this being 100%, I'm basically ignoring good parts of several regions. Because we don't need to see all of it. Additionally, when it comes to the game itself, so there's 3 difficulties, that being easy, normal, and hard. That being Monk, Survivor, and Hunter. Survivor is what we're playing currently, and is the traditional way to play the game. Monk is a bit easier, but for the most part, it's still Rain World. It's not in, like, easy mode. It is still easy, but... Ooh, that scared me a little bit, actually. Before patch, death would also Mac Project. Yeah, that doesn't happen anymore. Which doesn't completely matter, to be honest, but... So, I always throw these. So these pearls would be what I would traditionally get as to raise my reputation with the scavengers quite a lot. I would go out here, and then I would go back. So map progress, by what he means is, if I press right bumper, it pulls up the map. That's all that happens. Every time you die, everything's reloaded anyway. And it's as if the cycle never happened. Hunter gets 2 sticks. Hunter can have a stick on its back. And additionally, it's objective and score based. So you already know what to do because you've played the game so much. And kill a bunch of stuff, do certain objectives, finish the game, and then etc. And then at the end, you can see what score you got. There's a bit more to it. It's a bit more in depth. New creatures as well. Give me a second here. I'll respond to your question if I want to read it right. Please don't die in the water for no reason. So this is a water level, but I would say it's a pretty decent water level, to be honest. However, leeches are a thing. We're not really going to see them too much, though. And we're also not going to go in drainage, which is the real problem of leeches. That region we're really not dealing anything with. We don't need to eat more food. I'd like that rock, but I messed it up. We want one of these jetfish here. The jetfish can't hurt us. The leeches can drown us. So the jetfish decided to just stay way over to the left, which is unfortunate. There'll be one in this pond in front of us. There'll also be a friend. So there's a... I mean, you don't need to tell them the extent of the score runs for Hunter. So every time you kill something in Hunter, you get a certain amount of score. Every time you get an achievement, like the ones I'm going for, it doubles your score by 1 times. So there's 10, so you can do it 10 times more score, and then you have to kill a bunch of things and do a certain of other things. So we want our best friend, the jetfish, here, and hopefully we don't see our other best friend. So there's a Leviathan that lives in this lake on this side. And sometimes he can just show up and end you, if he wants to. That wasn't too bad. So I'm going to take this guy and almost drown with him, apparently. Because I don't know what was happening there, so I just dropped him. We're going to be going through. The jellyfish just shock you. Has a risk of drowning because of it. And then we don't need the jetfish anymore. The worm cat is my favorite good boy, but it's a slug cat. I don't know. I would recommend this game. Just realize what you're getting into. Survival game. Platforming second. Survival first. Is not a Metroidvania. Although you do get things that kind of upgrade you as you go. You have everything you need from the start. Don't forget that. That's the important thing to know. So we're going to go up here. I probably should have kept that, but whatever. We're going to go up here. We're going to get one of the colored pearls. So we're going to... Off to the right here is our friend Moon. She is the other iterator, and she's in a state of disrepair. As you can tell, we're crawling in her superstructure. And we're not in 0G. If you can imagine, if we're giving her a single neuron, and that's a good thing, that just how bad she's doing. Love doing the back rip roll pounce. A lot of things. There's a lot of advanced movement that once you get it down, it really isn't that bad trying to do it over and over again. I feel like I've missed some comments, but you probably did. Alright, so this is Moon. We've gotten a neuron from 5 Pebbles. If we throw it from here, outside of her aggro/sees us range, then we walk in the range after she converts it. She gives us that voice line, that's what we want to see, then we're going to move away. If we just walked up to her, she would have talked to us for 3 years, and then we could give it the thing to her. So I just do that. It makes it a bit faster. So now we have this pearl. We're going to have it in our stomach when we go into the shelter. And then we're going to see very interesting cutscene that I think is funny every time. But it also means that we always got what we wanted to see. 3 years. Exactly. Well, I'm glad you like how the game looks. It's definitely very... I love it for the atmosphere it gives. Alright, so this is the cutscene if you eat one of Moon's neurons, which effectively kills her brain. And that happens because the number of her neurons, the first time you met her, has changed from 5. Also, her chieftain barely went up, and I feel like it should have went up more than that. And not just, yeah. So the coding looks for just changes from 5 neurons from the first time you see her. It doesn't, the game, they didn't expect you to give her a neuron the first time you met. It's basically an equals equals instead of a equals less than function to show that screen. So it's always, I find it hilarious every time it shows that. But it also means that she did get it and that we're cleared for that. Right, we're gonna go back to not industrial. What am I doing? This one. No scholar even go grab the cream pearl. It's a gold pearl, 1, and we don't get it until we touch it a cycle after we've met Moon. So now I've gotten it. We're gonna put it back in our stomach because we want to keep it. So now I'm gonna get the pip for scholar. It has to be the cycle after it. That's why I put it in my stomach, so when I passage with it, I can touch it the cycle after. Yes, that is like way more convoluted than it needs to be, but... But all you need to do is to touch it. You probably get the Steam achievement. That's what I want to test. So there's a Steam achievement for not eating her neurons the first time you meet her, and then there's a Steam achievement for eating her neurons the first time you see her, and you would either get one of the 2 cutscenes. And we're not sure if you haven't gotten the... That's not amazing. Actually, this could be good. Oh no. Murder. The purple has been murdered. I kind of wanted to kill that guy for a purple kill. I believe I haven't gotten a purple kill, but yeah. But basically, we don't know if that gives that achievement or not. You should get that echo near there. I already forgot. I was thinking about it, and then I already forgot. If we die, we'll go back for it, but we'll passage for it at the end of the game. That's a bit unfortunate. I should have remembered that. I literally thought about it and then still went into the next part. So I want to get one of these white squid cicadas for these next parts. We can do these next parts without him, but it's not as good. It's not as easy. Let's get down here. This is Sky Islands, one of the more colorful areas, but it is also one of the more annoying areas. Area with the most instant death pits, and also home to the worst room in the game. We'll be going across the worst room in the game. You'll see exactly what I mean in just a bit. We actually need food, which is something I always mess up. We want one of these bad flies if we can. They always run from you. There's a centipede there. Centipede can shock you and instantly kill you, but he's one of the flying kind, so he's not that bad. So the bad fly in my squid cicada's hands, because he caught it, it actually doesn't exist. So if I went into a shelter, I wouldn't eat it. That's a little terrifying. So this is the worst room in the game for this jump right here. So you literally cannot see yourself for that jump. Something tells me the developers just didn't want you to go over there. Is how that went. So we need to kill one of these oranges. So oranges aren't the best creatures in the world. We also need to activate the echo in front of us. The flying ones aren't that bad, yeah. Because centipedes can't see, or at least they can't see well. And so they react solely to sound. And so if you're flying and reacting to sound, that isn't a very good combo. Of course, you did. Well, I messed that up terribly. Come on. I need to murder you. So it's set in Australia. No. No, not really. I could just throw it now, but... Come on. Come to me. Well, when it's the... I really don't know exactly how the flying's AI really works. To be completely honest. 3 spears. Actually, he's still alive, isn't he? Yeah. And has his eyes closed. It's still alive. Proud gunner. That's all I saw. Alright, I'm probably gonna slide spear this guy. So you can slide into a creature and spear at the same time. Probably should have just did that earlier for the kill. And that usually will hit them directly in the mouth. The white lizards, of course, is camping us again. Please stop. He's camping again. This man knows no bounds. Hello? You alive? Is anyone home? I don't know what's happening. I hate this guy so much sometimes. Come on. Fully designed for stealth. Definitely has no idea where I am at any times. Come on. Come on. He's camping the entrance again. Hey, what's going on? I need a spear. There's one in that lizard back there. I'm dropping mad frames again. I could try to go past him, but it's really not worth the risk at this point. Is there a Bring Moon All the Pearls category? No, because that's not terribly fun, if you can imagine. Because it's basically just doing the same thing over and over again. But we're looking okay. Okay, that's good. Normally I don't have this kind of issue with frame drops, but it wasn't as bad as when we were testing. Which is all that really matters. Alright, we're going to wall jump real quick to get up here. I can spear to the right to go fast, but I don't want to lose the spear. I believe I ate food, but I'm not going to bet on it. Nope, because I'm an idiot. So these newts we can eat, but the mother will have swift vengeance upon it, so I'm going to eat it anyway, even though there's an egg bug there. No. So that means the mother of the creature that I'm eating will now attempt to kill us the following cycles. So we're working about it. Yeah, we're using an action. Yes. So you will actually see my Twitch stream off in the distance if you look at Rain World. Don't pay attention to that. Pay attention to Valuethon. Alright, so we're going to get the Echo. This would have been our 5th Echo, except we forgot the chimney one because we really wasn't able to get it. That thing doesn't seem to want to die. It dies the moment we grab it. The rest is theatrics. Well, so because we're near an echo, everything's slowed down, so it's easy to mess up movements like that. All the timings are much different. We'll be noticing that in a decently large area coming up at the end of the run. Hello, friend. So get that, and then we can move on. Those seem quite mystical, yes. They fill us with confetti. But also, they are the ghosts of our dead predecessors. Amazing. Yeah. Okay, that was the Newt mother. She went through the pipe at the same time I did. And I wanted to kill her so we wouldn't have issues later. So, Newts have a giant needle in their face, and they can produce that needle and then attack you at high velocity. And that's not the easiest thing to dodge, if you can imagine. That was a good grab. We don't need the Squid Cicada, but it certainly makes parts faster. Alright, goodbye, Demonic. Demonic's also another runner of this game. He doesn't really do 100%, but he knows quite a lot. Newt is short for Noodlefly, yes. Also, they make Newt noises. If you can imagine. That's not a good noise, but I don't know where he is. Okay, I see a shadow. We're not going to worry about it. We're gone. But yeah, there's a lot going on in this game, but only have so much to explain. And also, a lot of it is always good to experience yourself the first time. Because every time you play this, I'm still getting surprised by this game. I have 500 hours in this game, if you can imagine. Like, we got destroyed in this 100% at the beginning. And that's not something I expected, but it's not something I'm surprised about. But there's a lot of strange other things that happen mechanically, etc. that you don't see often. It's always nice to see. You found it pretty hard for playing the first few hours? Well, this game's movement is very specific. It's not something... When you first start playing it, you think the controls are not that great. Or it's just, like, you don't understand what's happening. You're learning. You're basically a baby that is slowly learning how to do stuff. We no longer need the Squid Cicada. And you slowly learn how to do better and better. And you realize that the controls are actually very specific on how they work. But also, this is a cycle that I dread every time it happens, because we have to deal with the face of evil itself. And that is that guy right there, the reindeer. There he goes. An actual demon with legs. Many legs. And we have to ride that demon through 2 sections. And there is no guarantee that the deer will do anything that we want it to do. I've dealt with the deer quite a lot from the time I've run this game. However, they can still completely just slow you down enough as to make it so the cycle ends, and then you're just dead. He has full paws, and he's just hopping out. Yes, so I'm holding these 2 puff balls. I didn't explain that. And these are pesticides. They'll kill centipedes and... Let's just throw this here. Centipedes and spiders. So they also the food for the reindeer. So if we throw it, they will come, effectively. So we brought 2. There's another one in this room before. So it's quite... We want to hope it comes back. We got the longest cycle we could possibly get, full 15 minutes, so hopefully we don't get utterly destroyed by this. The worm grass is why we need deer. Because this big patch of grass here to the left, it will latch onto you, latch your stamina, and then drag you into it and kill you. We already kind of saw it earlier, but there's huge patches that you cannot cross normally. I'm gonna get... Okay, get out of my way. I'm gonna get the other puffball. More often than not, if you're unlucky, which you often are, they won't come off the first one. So you want to have a second one, and then you want another one to actually give it to them so you can actually jump on their antlers. I was hoping one would have appeared in the time we were gone. So we're basically just rolling... Oh! He's coming. He comes. So we threw a puff ball right here. They still have to go to that trigger to untrigger it. So if we gave him the puffball off to the left, he would still come over here. Oh, either way, we want to have him come over here. The frames are dying. I can see it. If you want me to try to do 2.5, that might not be the worst thing. Okay. It looks good now. It's not dropping the biggest amounts of frames, it looks like, but... Hello, come on. You took your sweet time, didn't you? I would have expected nothing less from you. Well, we're gonna have time, let's put it that way. Let's put it that way. So, there is a way to speed the deer up, but otherwise, we're just gonna have this man carry us over to the left. It's about as slow as you may expect. I'm gonna try to move just so I hit the music trigger, because it's actually easy to miss it. Music triggers are giant circles that you can't see, and this one's kind of high up, so I try to get high up and then hit it. We'll know if we hit it in just a second. I just hit it, so we get music. I'm going to change settings real quick, so we're not dropping as many frames. Output 2.5. Apply. Okay. I can't see chat anymore. Same's dropping so we don't have to see the creep deer. It's a reindeer. R-A-I-N deer. And we can make it go faster by stabbing it with a spear. Every time we stab it with a spear, it will lurch forward a bit. If it's over one of these, like, pillars, it can also do, like, this giant, like, lunge. That I don't really know how to explain exactly. Also, questioning what happened. But, and the grass turns albino with screen transitions weirdly sometimes. But we're going to be going across. We could have made it faster by stabbing the deer. However, the deer gets really scared when you stab it, and will try to leave the room as fast as it can. And you're laughing at the pun. I mean, I'm sure the developers would actually, like, they would be okay with the actual name of that, but whatever. But they'll try to leave the room in one of the directions they can. So we can only stab them halfway through that last room, but for this room, they can only leave off to the right, and we needed to go to the left. So, that'll happen. I feel like most things would get scared when you stab it, to be fair. If it gets hurt at all, it will get scared and try to leave the room, which is the other reason why no one likes deer. Deer doesn't make sense. Deer's AI can straight up break and cease to function anymore, and that's the only deer that shows up, and then you're just dead because of the rain. Woo! Amazing! This is my favorite thing ever! And obviously you can imagine if you're trying to really speed this up, rains are called reindeer ride. Yes. Exactly. But, if you're really trying to speed this up, you can see that it could be quite annoying. Really, I don't care about... Also, they often do that. They kind of like a cat, where they're up against the edge, and then they just go... I think the pathing just isn't the greatest. because they should probably have more space to walk around, but I don't know. It doesn't matter too much. Sometimes you can get flung off and then you're just dead, but that didn't happen. Alright, so now we're here. This is Centipede Land. It's only the really small ones. So now we have a job. And that's to eat meat for multiple cycles. Alright, we're gonna eat that one just a nibble. So he's dead. And then we're gonna move on. So now we're here. Ignis tossing was the worst. Yes, there's a lot of things. Where we really want to go fast, it can go wrong. So I just try to not worry about it whenever I get there. Also, it's forcing us to watch this again, so let's see what's going on. Hunter's coming up already. Chieftain's a bit lower than I would hope, but it's not that bad. So, additionally with karma caching, if I eat food, that being either a vegetable or a meat, that will still count towards the achievement that counts for a vegetable or a meat. Additionally, something that I will always say is that we're also going for the Saint passage, which is not hurting anything. If we had to eat live centipedes, if we eat them alive, that doesn't count us as killing them. So remember, eating things alive does not count as killing them. Okay? And don't let anyone tell you otherwise. So now we're going to be karma caching for the bit so we can get Hunter. Then we're also going to get Saint at the same time. Okay. Why is it not? Okay, I feel like my D-pad is messing up. When you eat them, they're alive. They're not dead. They're alive. Yes, legal loophole. It was my teeth that killed him. I didn't actually kill him. I don't know why it's forcing us to watch this every time. The animals were safe in my belly, where they belong. For a second there, I thought Chieftain went up, and I got happy, but it was all a lie. But yeah, that, and if I hit them with pesticides, not directly, they get hit by the area of effect. It doesn't count as me killing them. But because we got the good amount of food, we can just have it in our shelter and then eat it over and over again. So it's a bit faster, so we don't have to go out every time. Some people really, really don't like the karma caching. I don't know what's happening with my D-pad right now. It's not starving. If they'll just hold down to starve, it brings the bar back from 4 to whatever amount you have. But people really don't like karma caching that much, which is understandable because it really just negates the main part of the game, which is you trying to survive and then gaining karma after your amount of food. And it's kind of just like, wow, I can have as much karma as I want. So we got Hunter, but we still need Saint. We're going to give it Monk a bit later. So if this... So normally I would say we're doing pretty good, but from my bet, we're actually just a bit behind where I would like to be. And if people weren't there for the beginning, I made a bet with my friend. If I got record off this run, he would donate $50. And if I didn't, I would donate $50. And to me, it was a 50-50 chance. And it's, in a lot of ways, it still kind of is. Just it's really on the edge whether it's possible at this point. That being, it's a 220. It doesn't look like we have that many achievements, but we actually are about to get a bunch right now. The biggest holdback for most of this run is Wanderer, and we have most of the pips. Yes, that someone finally caught on. We didn't do that on purpose, but I got destroyed at the beginning, which happens. So what are you gonna do? That's about how I expected the run to get absolutely destroyed. The current record also got destroyed at the beginning. You could just edit your time. No. I know my friend is sleeping currently, but no. To put it in perspective, this is the third marathon I've specifically run 100% on, which I'm happy about. And if I actually got record on this marathon, we're getting another echo here, it would be the third marathon I've gotten record, which was kind of the point of this. However, both previous marathons, the runs were invalid for one reason or another. So that's been the curse so far. Good runs, invalid for one reason for another. It's like, oh no. No, it's not actually free. However, you definitely can get 10 minutes under what it currently is. That being, you could probably get a sub 210. If I wanted to keep pushing it, it's possible with a few reroutes, mostly just rerouting the beginning. So it's not absolute trash. Give me a second. We need to get this. Perfect. We want to touch this pearl down here. Yes. All I have to do is touch it, but there's a chance we may see scavengers, which would be amazing. Vault Tyron. It's the beginning. I'd rather have the beginning to be really bad than anywhere else. Nothing in Rain World is free. Definitely right. I shouldn't have died in Chimney as many times as I did. If I didn't die that many times, we would actually be basically fine right now. Please? Please, game? Does that mean scavengers? Yes, it does. Come to me, friends. Come to me. I don't want to die to these things. Okay. I don't know if they knew. Well, he took it and then promptly died to the wormgrass, so I'm going to say that was a success. I need this spear. Touch. Alright, why did I forget? I thought that was one of the other things. So we need to get a friend. A very special friend. Very glowy lizardy friend. So you can become best friends with lizards in this game. So look, blue friend, we're giving him food. Look at him. He's amazing. And now he's dead. Because we can feed this man to our cannibalistic green friend down here. And green friend is far less likely to die for one reason or another. Special friends. Hello, monoprops. He also doesn't like to look behind him, but that's okay. The reason why we take the green friends over the others is that he's less likely to die terribly to the scavengers here. He does appear to be injured. I need to touch him so he knows that I'm here. He might be... Just stop picking up the rock. Watch scavengers kill his friend. He better not. I think he's about to break his shelter. If an injured creature goes back to its... that's not good, actually. Goes back to its shelter, it's possible that the shelter breaks and it just ceases to function. So now we have a dead guy and no friend, so feels bad, man. I don't know what happened to Green Man to get so hurt, because normally it doesn't happen. He wants that scavenger dead because he's a good boy. No. Alright, please green. Please RNG actually still exist. What's happening to you? Green? I think he's broken. He's not there. He would have been here. No! I have to become friends with a blue lizard? Blue lizards are not to be trusted. He probably got stabbed, but I didn't see it. He might have gotten bodied by something else, which is strange. Proviation? What do you mean? Blue lizards aren't to be trusted, if D9, if you can imagine. They literally aren't. They will often kill you as your friend. Hello. So, unless the blue lizard instantly kills the centipede's always going to shock him like that. So this is a scary situation, because he can easily accidentally kill us. They have difficulty picking up the centipede, which is another scary part, because it's such a small thing. It's merely the price of friendship, exactly. So we want to give them 2, because although when we give them 1, they will start following us around, and they start to know exactly where you are at all times when you give them a dead thing. However, that does not mean they're fully your friend, and they will sometimes snap at you. They will not be able to grab you. However, when anything ever grabs you, it has a chance of instantly killing you whenever it bites. And that is true for friends too. So they could just instantly kill you. There we go. It's always better in the pipe. So we don't want him to be nippy. If he's nippy, I'm just going to kill him and feast upon his corpse. It's like, not really, because we're not Hunter. Hunter is a carnivore, by the way, which is, we can actually do that if we want to. Be right back. Me, not Street. Okay. We only murdered his best friend over here, so let's not worry about it too much. So we need to survive multiple cycles with this guy. I need food. But we can just karma cash with him, so I need 3 more pips of food. Also, I didn't check Chieftain, but I hope it went up a decent amount, because we gave him the pearl and the spear. Yes, I think we gave him the spear. That's only 2 berries. I doubt there's other centipedes. Hello there. Slug Kent is the savage. I mean, this is more of how the speedrun's gonna go. I hear something. I'd rather not. Oh no! Demons, don't kill him. Please don't kill him. I need him. He's my lackey. Blues can die very easily, if you couldn't tell. Which is why I normally get the green lizard. Please don't go over there. I think there might be a drop wig that can be on the ceiling there, and sometimes they can see it, and it's more likely that the blue lizard will just die to it. Please do not come to me. Don't do it, Blue. Don't do it, Blue Lizard. I know you're thinking about it. Don't do it. It's not worth it, man. Oh! Wrecked! Just the name of that? I hate it. What are you talking about? Thug Cat? Okay, well, friend took longer than expected because the green was bodied for some reason. Is this Australia? You're my boy, Blue. This is the point where he then bites us in the shelter and we instantly die. Or he goes back out and then he's not in the shelter with us. Please come back. Stay here. Stay here. Please. He needs to... Oh, he might not be with us. I shouldn't have stood still. Do we get friend? We're getting friend. He's in here with us. It's a miracle. Oh my goodness. And he's not biting us. It's perfect. Oh. Oh man. This game sometimes. So the place that I'm doing it is a lot better than other places. I would say, because it's kind of isolated from everything else. It has the chance to randomly spawn the scavengers, which was kind of good initially because I could throw stuff at them and it was great. But obviously the green was a bit annoying. Do you see Chieftain progress here? I don't know. I didn't check it. We're gonna see it when we are forced to watch Friend get completed right now. Well, Chieftain did not move because, of course, it didn't. Yo, why is he small? Because blue lizards can come in many varieties. Are you hating on this man? So now, do we save or kill the animals? He has no purpose in life anymore. He has fulfilled everything he needed to be. That is my question for you, chat. This is no longer my decision. Don't body shame the lizard. He's trying his best, man. Kill the animal. Do not kill Friend. Also, hitting him with a rock really doesn't matter. No, kill. So you mean yes, kill? Is that what you mean? By no kill, do you mean no, instead, kill him? Comparative to the other person. I'm pretty sure that's what you mean, right? Also, there's another green down here, but he really can't get to any shelters that are useful for us. No. So this is also the Centipede Death Pit. It is way worse for Hunter, though. So it's really not that bad. So he's probably going to die on his own volition. I'm going to get this, because it'll be useful. He's also going to go back all the way to where he lives to bring that centipede he just got. So we're probably never going to see him again. I stabbed you, and you did not fully get phased, and I'm scared now. Okay, I gave him that. That kind of helped, but it didn't work out. Blue lizards are often very good at getting centipedes, because if they're walking on the wall, this is a different blue lizard. They're walking on the wall, they don't actually make noise, so that's a little scary. I'm just going this way so we can go back. Please? Where'd my spear go? Give it back. There we go. How did you even... I don't know how this scavenger got up here. I don't know what's happening anymore. I need them to see me giving them the spear. There we go. Take it. Okay. I just want to be friends. Please. Oh, it's my blue friend. Why are you over here? How did you get here? What's happening anymore? Nothing makes sense at all times. Okay, I gave him a spear. That's good enough. That doesn't give it that much reputation, but it's better than nothing. I'm gonna move over this, guys, because there's potential they could still just want to kill me. If you're not Chieftain, you might as well be someone trying to kill them. They probably saw that. We're gonna deal with it. I want to be over this. Ooh. Alright, we're gonna go down. This actually doesn't exist right there in the terrain. Woo! Spode, let go of me. This is how it ends, okay. Well, that's unfortunate. I took a bet and it was not good. Okay. It's still safe to kill the animals this time, but I feel like it's better if we have a random guy running around at this point. That was unfortunate. If the spider didn't grab us there, the spider half grabbed us, before it actually grabs us. And then I just wasn't able to move. But you have to move away from it, or it will full grab you. Because normally the spider really isn't a threat. We don't want to eat meat anymore because we want to get monk from this point on. That blue has some problems. So that is a rare bug. This is a different blue. If you could tell by the way he attacked me. That's the third time I've ever seen that, actually. I don't know what it is, but it seems like blues can just come out of pipes. For whatever reason. I still don't understand. Because there clearly was no blue there. Also, I have no respect for greens. If they haven't been aggroed to you for a long time. If you can tell. Their hitbox is actually at the end of their mouth. So if you did exactly what I did, they actually can't grab you. You could have chucked your rock at the spider. I thought about it. But normally, the black lizard would be down to the left, not down to the right. Like I saw there. Also, I don't know if this guy is dead, but he probably is. Which is good for us for multiple reasons. What's going on here? Ah, yes. Come with me, friend. And you'll see. A wonderful world of imagination. Alright. Come on. Come on. Let's get out of here. So, there's the other type of lizard that we're going to be dealing with, that being the mole lizard. They can't see. They're fully reliant on sound. We kill this guy. He's our new best friend now, which is really good. So we might have just gotten a lot of reputation for that. That might have also been our friend, but sacrifices were made for the good of the team. Are any lizards okay? No. Not really. Especially the white ones, because they ruin the most runs. And I might be dead here. So he doesn't know I'm here, but obviously that doesn't change the fact that he can just kill you. No. No. I mean, I kind of like the greens the most. They're the only ones that don't die instantly. The white ones are obviously the more of the survival of creatures, but sometimes they do things that are literally just to slow you down, which I mean makes sense, but also is dumb. I mean, it works for slowing you down, but also not. Also, I needed to kill a mole, and I probably should have killed the one back up there. Hopefully we got one here. If I make sound or just move while standing up, it doesn't matter. I don't know. I don't really hate the lizards, but when it comes to how they work, sometimes it really doesn't make sense. We're going to go down, even though we need to go up, just so we can get this kill now, so we don't have to rest an additional time. Pinks are okay. Pinks are the most likely to instantly kill you. Red lizards are the best. Well, reds don't really exist for Survivor, so we're really not going to consider them right now. So there's two lizards that are added to Hunter, that being the hard difficulty. So this is a very annoying situation where I have to kill one of these two. They're really not going to come up, are they? The cyans are very nice. This is a little spooky. Yes, of course. Stop nibbling each other. Well, now they're all coming over here. I don't know what I expected, to be honest. If you make any noise, they really all just swarm on you. So if I didn't have enlightenment for eating a neuron earlier, this obviously would be completely dark. Which is what we do for Well, every single other category, so there's no reason to do that. Nibbling each other. I mean, they all kind of rivalry with each other, with greens being the only cannibalistic ones. They eat the blue lizards. I didn't want to turn around. Whatever. Alright, we're gonna have to kill a mole lizard in an extra cycle at the end. I suppose that's not the worst in the world. They bite you when you try to retreat the spear. It takes like 2 spears to kill a mole lizard. If you're a hunter, you hit a bit harder, so they really don't fight back after you spear them the first time. A lot of things are going. If you have a vulture mask, it's really not affected by the mole lizards because they can't see you, and they also have no reason to be scared of vultures. Alright, so we need food. Also, if I haven't already, I kind of already said it, but you can take vulture masks and wear them around, and then lizards are scared of you. You can literally take the face of other creatures and wear it to scare other creatures. And you've got 2 spears. You got the spear in your back, yeah. So it makes a lot of things a little bit easier. So you have probably a mask and 2 spears, and then creatures just run from you that aren't like dropwigs and spiders and mole lizards. Alright, we're going into the drainage. We're going to stay here for a bit. The vultures are also bullies, yes, because they eat everything. Do you have to kill a vulture for that? I don't have to... You don't have to kill a vulture. If you hit them, like, in the neck, close to the face, their helmet will come off. At which point they'll be bullied by other vultures. Because maskless idiot. Haha. But you can obviously kill it and then take it off by stabbing it in the face. More often than not, I mean, if you hit directly at the mask, the spear will bounce off and fly somewhere else. Also, we're karma caching for monk right now, so I'm just eating vegetables. It's gonna show this cutscene because we're big sad away from our family. The big sad commences. Just hit them in the back of the face, yes. There's also a lot of reasons why there's no hunter 100% that sane people will do. The big sad. Also, we're gonna see this cutscene over and over again because technically it's the same cycle every time. So we're gonna see this a few times now. It's a little unfortunate, but this really always happens when you're going for monk. Multiple big sads. So effectively, the beginning of the game is a cutscene where it shows a tree. We skip the initial cutscene by holding the S key. Did I just pick up... Oh, that's the gold pearl. Oh, I forgot the gold pearl was in my stomach. I should have gave it to the scavengers. Unfortunate. Well, we'll deal with that later. But the beginning of the game is a cutscene where it shows a tree where all the slug cats live. And you're with your family. And you go off hunting for bat flies. And then it starts raining, and you are separated from your family. And then that's you as a slug pup, and now it's you years later. We're halfway to Chieftain. That's a good spot. We're actually doing pretty good. Also now, because we've acquired the big sad so much, and we need a passage to the next area, we're now going to drown ourselves in water. I don't know what to say about that. But we can't just use a passage straight off. We need to actually die or survive a cycle to be able to use it. I like to see you digest the gold pearl. Well, you can put it in your stomach pocket. You can put small things in your stomach. Okay, we've successfully drowned ourselves. I still can't doing this game, actually. I don't know, man. He's killing his friends. He's seeing weird ghost things. He then drowned himself, but is not actually dead. Alright, we're gonna go to industrial. Actually... Yeah, let's go to industrial. Don't forget, I never got the chimney echo. Because I had issues on chimney. So we're gonna have to go back. You're gonna have to show me Dirk chests of it. No. Okay, this conversation is now a little strange now. Punish Shook. Exactly. We want this. So, we almost have everything we want. We're gonna be getting a lot of achievements this cycle. At least, hopefully, we are. A lot of things need to happen. This room has the glitch in it. Well, I'll talk about that if it becomes relevant. But I need to kill a purple. I need to kill a green. I need to give stuff to the people. Now that I've touched this pearl, I now have Scholar if I just survive the cycle. I'm going to go to Garbage Waste, which is the last area of the game we haven't been to. And I'm going to be throwing stuff at the scavengers' faces, and hopefully they are nice. So the glitch I'm referencing... Okay, nibble people. The glitch I'm referencing is a rock can spawn inside broken pipes. And effectively it makes noise to the lizards. So they're constantly getting... Oh, this is extremely good. They're constantly getting stimulus off of it. This is best case scenario, really. We need them to follow us. So they just stop moving, effectively. So this is a secret stash. Don't tell anyone about it. It just has massive explosives in it. So technically it's all scavenger stuff, but because they haven't actually picked it up, it doesn't actually belong to them yet, so it's just a world spawn. So we can just give them massive pearls, and then they love us. So the reason why I didn't kill green for so long is so I can use one of these explosive spears to kill green. So now we just got massive street cred off these guys, because I just gave them a million things. So that was my big bet, is that this ending part would get me so much just them liking us. Because the pearls give a lot of reputation. Explosives do not. They actually only give 2, and pearls give 10. Because why would you trust a random guy who gave you an explosive off the street? That was some logic that was explained to me. I thought that was hilarious. We need to kill both of these guys. We need to kill one green and one purple here. I don't know if it's going to hit him. Okay, he's dead from that. I don't know what just happened, but I don't know if that vulture's dead. He might be. Can I have your spear, bro? I don't want to take it from him, but I need to kill this guy. I do not want to slide spear into this purple because he has a good chance just kills. They did kill the vulture. Because he has his mask right now. You're scaring me, bro. One more stab. So we're actually prioritized over basically anything else, given they see multiple things. Because slug tack is a rare delicacy. So we're not going to fully get Dragon Slayer, which is killing lizards, off of this. Okay, he doesn't see us. Sometimes I mean, no. It's always the same spawns, basically, every time. Slugcat is delicious, yes. I don't know how he didn't see us. I'm also going backwards and going very slow. I didn't realize. Hello, friend. Have a spear in these trying times. Okay, so there's multiple ways to do this room. The easiest is to take a spear and spear the right wall. I like to just jump there. You can jump across all the circles if you want, but we can just cheat the system and do the last jump. Sometimes hundreds of creatures. I mean, it is the same spawns every single time. Just creatures can be in different locations. And then sometimes there's rare extra spawns. And then if you kill stuff one cycle, they can lineage into other creatures, which is a feature that appears. But a lot of lineage is lineage to literally nothing. So, and there's still the glitch of if a wounded creature goes back to its shelter, it doesn't exist anymore. Which happened to us. I didn't eat food. I'm an idiot. No! There's a bat fly, isn't there? Did I? No! I left the bat fly over there. Everything went right. Oh man, everything went so right, and now it's going so wrong already. Okay, now we have to deal with leech land as we search for one food. Please get off me. So leeches don't actually affect you, like bleeding you out wise, taking your blood, but they do drag you down slowly in water to drown you. Oh goodness. Alright, we've got a grub, but I've got no spear. There's a dead one down there though. I mean, it's still not fast. I should have realized and just ate the bat fly. I just threw it because I'm like, I don't need this anymore. Please get off me. Oh goodness, I was a little scared for a second. Alright, we're good. It's all good. Woo! Alright, so we're finally shown that Iggy shows us Moon, which is hilarious. Because we've done everything in the game. Alright, let's see this wheel fill up right here. We're not going to get everything, we're going to get most things. Chieftain, Wanderer, Scholar, and almost Dragon Slayer. So we're going to do 2 more passages and we're done. We usually end with a Wanderer passage, but we have to go back up the chimney. So we still have a good, like, 15 minutes left. "15 minutes until no more Slugcat." Did you get the wall echo? Yes, I got the wall echo. That's unfortunate. Alright, so take your bets. So, vultures, despite the fact that this area is affected by the echo, can still spawn in this room and fall from the sky in a very comedic fashion. In this room and this room. More often than not, nothing falls down, but sometimes you gotta hope. If you're just open to the sky, they can just come out. Alright, we didn't get any falling from the sky. But it's always funny when it happens. It's also how hunter runs kill large amounts of vultures easy for big points. Marcus betting. I mean, that's basically this run so far. I've taken a lot of bets throughout this run to see if it would work or not. Mistakes can cost like 3+ minutes in this game, and I messed that up. But overall, it worked out pretty good. What's better if I have a rock? I somehow often miss this jump if I don't throw something. I said it before, if you throw something while in midair, you get more speed. Makes it a distress beacon that summons vultures, and then they will always be asleep. We get this guy to talk to us, he endues us with his confetti, and we're good. Dog eat a Pepsi. What are these emotes anymore? Alright, so as you may expect, Slugcat has experienced everything the world has to offer, so he's promptly going to jump off of a ledge. And now we're going to passage all the way back down to Subterranean. Except we're actually going to go to Drainage, because that's the actual closest shelter we've gotten. What value? I like that emote, it's pretty good. Drainage system, this one. Someone tells Slowcat the suicide isn't real. Well, it needs to be done. We've had multiple death abuses in this run so far. But we're wrapping it up. We're gonna save one last time, and then we're ending the game. The end is just below us. It's gonna take a good 12 minutes once we start the final shelter, the final cycle. It's just science. It gives you teleporting powers. I feel like I'm teaching you people really bad things. Maybe that's just me. I'm not even gonna repeat it. I don't even know. Remember, eating things alive is not killing them. Oh man. The things you just like, alright, we need to do this to go faster. But what is actually happening? Gonna try this glitch? No. Don't. Please stop. Please don't joke about that. It's not even a glitch, it's an in-game thing. Oh, we need to kill one of these mole lizards. He hasn't hurt us yet. We're gonna do some... Okay, messed that up. Alright, now I'm standing, so now everyone knows where I am. There's scavengers. So as Chieftain, when we have Chieftain, a bunch of creatures, the scavengers will start following us around if they see us. Which is why we really don't want Chieftain early, so we can actually get Friend good. But we still got destroyed. Need more enthusiasts in chat. Alright, this is exactly why I shouldn't have said it before. But I say that because there's an achievement for... That was a double shouldn't be alive moment. But there's an achievement for eating meat, and there's an achievement for not hurting anything. And you get both at the same time if you eat centipedes alive. And that's just how that works. What is your luck? You understand this game is basically betting. I already lost the bet to our other man, Black Hole 303 monoprobs, but I mean everything else I think it went pretty good. Forest wholesome. Stop it! I need to not bring this up in future marathons. What did I jump off of there? That was interesting. What did you invalidate? What? Nothing? The world record's a 220. What does the timer on screen say? The bet was to get world record this marathon and have it actually be valid comparative to every other marathon. I mean, I'm kind of okay with it. I kind of expected to do it anyway. I said Paladin himself. Stop it. Alright, we need a spear for an upcoming area later. Something tells me he's still gonna donate $50, to be completely honest. But this means that I have to donate $50. I was gonna donate 20 if I did get record. But everything was bet on how the beginning went. The beginning didn't go great with the scavengers, and we had to make up for stuff as we went on, which was fine. But I died so many times in Chimney. It's been a real source of my problems, to be honest. To spawn the Guardians for good luck? You know, you're right. I wasn't gonna do it if I was on good pace, but we're gonna do it. So for any percent route, there's these creatures off to our left. They do not affect us if we are at full maximum karma, as we are. But in any percent, we go straight down here. So we have to despawn them, or one of other ways to do it. So we go here, we see Guardian. Well, we have to go down here in 6.5 seconds. And it has to be exactly at 6.5. Alright, so now we don't know if we get it until we're in the next room. So this abuses a lot of load times. These creatures are actually placed objects, and they just don't spawn if you mess with load times. And we got it. We're not going to see them at all. So we saw a Guardian for a second there, but we're not going to see them anymore. We got the skip. This is an any percent run now. It's actually kind of hard to get it because you have to enter pipe, exit the pipe, and then after 6.5 seconds, enter another pipe on the right side of the room. And then you have about a half-second window. 2.5 hours worth of record. Yes. Exactly. If you can get rid of my 2003 so it stops hurting me inside. I went off to the left a bit more there so I could purposely hit the music trigger. Because if I curve too much to the right, you don't actually hit the music trigger. And I kind of want music to exist right now. Alright, so the whole area is slowed down. You may notice that we're getting slowly drugged down. Maybe because we're approaching something very significant. Or maybe because we have... Stop it. Okay. We may be... Why did I mention these things? Or maybe because there's literally no airflow. And that we were slowly suffocating. But also, everything's slowed down a bit, so it's very hard to do very specific movement, but it does allow us to do a lot of new things in terms of movement as well. That being that we can often throw things and then be able to pick it back up when it bounces off the other side. Additionally, we can do the kind of bunny hopping strat, where if we throw something in midair and then jump when we hit the ground, we keep that extra speed of throwing stuff in midair does. Which I am not getting lucky with world spawns for rocks or spears. And then we want to make this jump. This is the triple roll that you can do. I might mess it up here. Nope, we're good. Oh, we didn't jump out of it the last time? Alright. Because we're enlightened, we can see all these things that are floating around. Basically, they're randomly in the world, and they're also mostly here, trying to lead us to the end of our journey. Because after we've seen all the sights that is to offer in this world, eventually we want to leave it, and then finish the game. I'll talk about that a bit more as it happens, but now we are in the gold room. The absolute culmination of dissociation from ourselves. And now in the center we start to hear something. We start to see something. It is a great sea of a liquid we have not seen before, but maybe have heard from if we've looked at some pervs. So we're drawn downwards. And also, I'm using controller. Swimming in controller is a bit faster, because we can do this kind of snaking motion while doing the breaststroke by pressing jump rhythmically at the right times. I messed it up a little bit. We're currently still in a slow zone. It'll get a bit faster in normal speed in a little bit. But as we're going down, we realize that we can breathe here. We also realize that the curtain is starting to get peeled back. And we start to see a little bit more about what is actually down here. Also, I still have a rock. That's good too. And I'm getting destroyed. This RNG is terrible. So these are the void worms. Unspeakable creatures that you had no idea they even existed. No one had any idea they even existed. As anyone and everyone who ever entered the void fluid never came back, except for the echoes. And why would they say anything about this? As they're tied to a world that they no longer wish to be in. Effectively, these guys can push us around randomly. They can't really affect us. I hate them a lot because they can change runs by quite a lot. For the any % record for Survivor is as good as it is because it was probably one of the best runs I've ever done, on top of the void worms actually pushed me out of this downwards out of the slow zone, which is luck you never get. Alright, so now we're alone. We're just swimming down because we don't know what else we might do. Interested to see what might be beyond. And we start to hear something above us. And we go back up, so it goes a little bit faster. And then I try to look directly downwards to try to manipulate this creature. I don't know why it just swam like that. Alright, so one of the void worms has come down to see us. After a few looking around cycles, one of its claws will activate, and then it will stab us. And now we are tied to it. Or maybe it is slowly unraveling us from the physical world. And it's also super loud, so I'm gonna turn it down a bit. So this is gonna take a bit. This is basically the little break at the end of the run. For the runner, at least. It's obviously like, what's going on? So it might be hard to hear me, so I might say it again, but I'd like to say that there's the run, and then... oh no, I don't know how I feel about that, counter kidding, but for this game, I would say there's the game, and then there's the ending. I would play the game for the game, and not so much about the ending. The ending is the ending, and is something that happens as it happens. And it's something that you can decide to do if you want to, and decide if you don't want to do. I would not base this game off of what the ending is. Saving the children, killing... oh, goodness. Alright, so he can lean left or right when he drops us off here. Leaning left, he'll tug us, which I initially thought was slower, but seemingly it's faster. I don't know why. Leaning right, we would be able to start swimming immediately. Stop it. You people. Alright, so he actually went back up. When he despawns, we start hearing music. We start seeing a light gradient to the right, and we start getting joined by some familiar faces. So now, who are these other slug cats? Are they the past versions of us that never quite truly made it and died all those cycles ago? Are there other slug cats joining us as we swim to this light? That we'll find out what it is as we happen. For from this journey came from us trying to find our family, to giving up and deciding to live out on our own, to figuring out that there was a wilder world given the iterators, and we could help a friend named Looks to the Moon. And eventually we could decide to leave the world behind and ascend. There was a conjoined twin. Well, we pretend he doesn't exist. Just leave it over there. It's always random every time what they do and what speed they go at. I've always theorized they can run and even push you, but yeah. So now after all this time, we make it to the end here. Also, time is coming up. Time will be when you see loading in the bottom left. So that's time right there. Alright, so we're gonna... It's a 2:34 in my eyes, because I have my own timer running. But we're gonna have the ending cutscene go out, and I'm gonna talk a bit more. I mean, if you want to see that's how the ending is, you can. There's a lot of interpretations you could put it. Also, there's potential the final cutscene of this whole thing might not play for whatever reason. It might not show the last slide. Alright, it's doing it. So in the end, we meet a new version of that tree our family used to live at. And in turn, we have found our family. And that was Rain World. Thank everyone that watched this run today. This is a game that I've been kind of playing for quite a while now. It's been over about 2 years. I'm going to pause it here for a second. So these are all the developers of this game. So for the most part, it was Joar and James. And then Del was the artist, and Lydia helped out with a few other stuff, as far as I'm aware. But, yeah. I think that's about it. I've lost my bet to Black Hole 303, so I'm going to be donating $50 at some point this marathon. I have to decide what I want for incentives. If there's like a name incentive, I might do something along those lines. But, yeah. This is Rain World. I suggest it as a game you play. This is not... I spent 40 hours in my initial playthrough. I wouldn't say you should play it for trying to meet an objective or anything. Just play it to soak into the atmosphere. Just try and enjoy what's happening and try to understand everything, I suppose. I don't know. I like it as an atmosphere and survival game, and it does it very well. As a speed run, I'm always open to talk about it, but that's what I'm gonna say. Alright. That's it for me. I believe the next run is the Talos Principle. That seems like a good one.
The Talos Principle.
Yes.
Before you go,
yes.
Just so you know, we got a donation during it.
Oh.
It's $5 from Anonymous saying, "Thank you for introducing me to a cool new game. Nice run too, streamer."
Alright, thank you. I hope that was a good presentation for everyone, even though it didn't go as well as I hoped.